Welcome to RIZEupTV.com, your financial education station. Do you know anyone that needs money for anything? Usually when I ask that question, people go, yeah, me. Well, it's more than that, though. What would you do if you had the money? And the reason I ask that question is because when I know what you can do and what you want to do with the money, it helps decide what's the best way to do it. Let me give you a few examples. I talked to Bob, and he's a retired insurance agent. I said, Bob, now that you're retired, what do you want to do? He said, Jim, I want to help the Little League Challengers raise $1 million. Should this be a crowdfunding project, or should this just be a regular project? And we'll talk about the specifics in a later training module. First of all, if you go to the Little League and you say to them, how are you raising your money right now? Bob told me, he said, well, what they're doing is they have fundraisers. We can't do the ones we used to do, so we've got to come up with some new stuff. What's the options? Well, why don't you do this? Go to their parents and say, look, this year for a fundraiser, we want to help you. In the past, we've always been saying, give to us, give to us. It averages out about $400 depending upon the age bracket that the kids are playing in. You go to their parents and you say, this year we want to do something different. We want to know if there's something we can do to help you. A lot of these kids are going to be going to college. We can show them how to put together a fund to get ready for college. Parents that already have student loans they got to get rid of and get paid off and get off their back, we can show them how to do that. How many of those parents do you suppose would like to remodel their home because the family's grown and need more space, or get a new home? We can help. That's a project we can put together. How many of these kids are going to be getting married and they'd like to go on a nice honeymoon? We're going to show you how for $37 one time out of pocket, you can do that. You can pay for a wedding. You can go on a honeymoon. You can build that house. What about expanding your business? When I first got started into this, I wanted to expand my business, and I needed the money to get that going, about $200,000. We can raise that money for you. We can show you how to do it. What about people who are getting ready to retire? They've got a project. They need more money for either for a retirement home or to pay off their home and supplement their income, because when they retire, that income is gone. We can help people do that stuff. I talked to a young couple and they wanted to buy a new car, and the reasoning was this. They didn't have enough money to buy a new set of tires, and they found out they could get a car with no down payment and no payment for 30 days. And they thought that was a fantastic idea. Well, I said, how are you going to make the payments if you can't pay for the tires? And I said, we can help you do that, and I'd like to show you how. There are two kinds of people that I've noticed. There are people who want money for a project for themselves, and there are the people who I'm going to call the Good Samaritans, the people that want to help other people. I talked to a pastor friend of mine, and he said, what can we do to help our people? I said, how would you like to help everybody in the church get themselves out of debt, burn their mortgages? He thought that was a fantastic idea, and that's the approach that they took, and they end up starting a lot of different projects based on the concepts that we were doing and teaching. Like they have a prison ministry to people who are getting out of jail or out of prison, and they need a hand up, not a hand out. And so they started a whole outreach program just based on that. What about people you know that have parents who all of a sudden find themselves needing a lot of at-home, in-home care? Maybe there's a medical emergency in the family, or you had some medical necessities done, and it's taking money to either pay the bill or save to get it done, or dentally, same thing. Pastor said to me, he said, Jim, my sister has written some books, 7 of them, and they're all about helping women that find themselves in trouble for different reasons. And he said, she'd like to get them printed. She needs to raise $3,000. Can you help? And I said, look, it doesn't matter if you're wanting to raise $3 million to pay off your church or $3,000. We can help. There's a solution to all of these things. This lady here lost her husband. She's got 3 kids. She has nowhere to turn. She goes, what am I going to do? We can help. You know that more people can make more money at home doing this than they can with their full-time job? Gloria came to me and she said, Jim, she said, I've got a ministry that I started, and I've got a garden. I go to the farmer's market. I sell fruits and vegetables, and then they donate the products that they have that won't keep to the next farmer's market. And then when I get done at the farmer's market, I go out the next day and I deliver those products. And I don't charge them anything for the stuff, the food that we give them. I don't charge them any mileage. It's totally something that we do as a gift. What about missions and mission projects? There's no limit to the kind of projects that people have. If you've got something that you'd like to do, something you'd like to accomplish, and you need money for anything, As long as it's legal, moral, then we will help you do it. What you do with the money, that's up to you. How you get the money, we can help. For example, if a project is better fit for crowdfunding, we're going to tell you that. We can help you because with one of the classes that we offer is what's the difference between the two and how do you get started. What you need to do is you need to get started first, and here's why. The next video is worth $3,000 to $10,000 a year in tax savings to you. It's free. There's no cost or no obligation. You can actually take our first 2 classes before you even join. Most people will sign up and join below first because they want to see what all the other classes are. Whatever it is, go ahead and sign up below, and then we'll give you the next class immediately.